In a market like this one, where it feels downright impossible to attract a buyer to make an offer on your property, what is it exactly that a seller can do in order to help a buyer choose to offer on their home rather than one of the competition? Well, I'm going to outline that exact thing in today's episode of Please Buy My Home. Pretty please? So I look at selling your home like a table with four legs. Your successful sale is being held up by four pillars that if you don't get right, well, you don't have a sale. It's pretty elementary. The first pillar is condition. Condition, though, has to be thought of as more than just maybe one thing. Of course, there is if the house itself is in good shape. And this can range from maybe being outdated to having upgraded cabinets and finishing, or maybe if the baseboards are dinged up or freshly painted. The roof could be at the end of its useful life, or maybe it was replaced only a couple of years ago. Basically, condition starts off with renovations and maintenance, but then it extends to cleanliness. It is absolutely eye-opening when you start looking at houses how truly disgusting some people live, and how many of them feel that it's acceptable to show their homes in this manner. And again, this is a range. It can go from maybe just not making the bed to leaving the dishes in the sink or not putting down the toilet seat, all the way through to people who obviously do not have a regular cleaning routine. I've seen cat hairs a quarter-inch thick on baseboards and dust just as bad on the vanity light bulbs and caked on top of the thermostats. Vacuuming or Swiffering the floors before every showing is an absolute must. And yes, please clean the blinds. Basically, in this market, if you're asking yourself if that room needs to be painted, if you should recock the shower, do I need to repair that running toilet or that blind with the broken cord? The answer is yes. In this market, you have to do it all. And lasting condition is staging or decor. In a market as slow as this one, you have to sell the dream with decor, decluttering, furniture positioning. It all needs to be absolutely perfect. Pictures of your kids have to go away along with your toothbrush. Neutral colors sell homes and not that blood red wall you painted in 2003. And then if you get maintenance, cleanliness, and your staging just right, congratulations, your condition is set and you can start working on pillar number 2, access. Sellers often overlook how critical it is for them to be ready, willing, and able to show their property at a moment's notice. If you are a difficult seller to work with and don't allow showings to be booked at the convenient time for the buyer, there is a very high likelihood that they will just skip your listing altogether and move on to another property. Showings often occur in what is referred to as a tour. Myself or my team, we tour around our buyers to see 4 or 5 properties in a single afternoon. And it's not very common where you look at booking only one showing at a time. Unless, of course, the home is truly special, spectacular, unique, and rare. So if a buyer is seeing 5 properties this Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 11, and you think that that's too early because for some reason you can't get your kids out of bed, and then you reject the showing, well, you're just saying no to that possible offer. Sure, they might reschedule, but not always. And honestly, not often. We're actually finding this extremely challenging right now with people or sellers who are working from home. They can't be disturbed during the day while they're at work in their home offices. So they end up not showing the property until maybe after 5 p.m. And then, of course, the baby has to go to bed at 7. In essence, if you're a seller doing this, you're saying, sorry, your offer's no good here, and we're only accepting offers from people who work the same schedule as us. But if you're ready, willing, and able to show your property on short notice, congratulations, pillar number 2 is in place. And the third pillar might be the most important one, and that's price. Let's face it, criteria number 1 for all buyers across all areas and all asset classes is, well, what they can afford. And after what they can afford, they focus on what is market value. If the price of your listing is remarkably higher than other comparable properties with the same features and specs as yours, then you are disqualifying yourselves from even getting a showing in the first place. Now, sure, of course, sellers say to me all the time, just bring me an offer. I'll look at a low ball, I just don't want to lower my asking price. But buyers and their agents, they see it completely differently. They will not even book a showing if they think you are out to lunch on your price. One, because buyers most often don't want to participate in a very hard and lengthy negotiation. Two, their agents often won't show them a property priced outside of their budget or affordability. And third, they have so many properties to pick from that do fit their budget. Why would they even waste their time offering on higher priced ones? Now, it's important here to discuss that often it's this pillar of price that may need to make up for the other two not being in place. For example, if your place is unclean or is just maybe run down, you can adjust for that in price to attract the right buyer looking to add some sweat equity. Or if you can't give or arrange for access at all hours, if you price your property aggressively, the buyers will make a point of going out of their way in order to see your property because it looks like a deal. And if it's a good enough price, they will definitely fit into your schedule. And that's something that they do not do for overpriced listings. Now, let's review the first three pillars. They are, of course, condition, access, and price. These pillars have one thing in common. These are the pillars that are in the control of the homeowner and not the agent. Many sellers will ask, what is it that my agent is doing to attract buyers? But if they don't have 3/4 of the job done themselves while they wait for the last leg of the table to hold up the whole thing, sorry, sellers, it's true. You need to do your part to get your home sold in a market like this one. But the last pillar, that is where we come in. Myself, my team, or your agent, they need to get the last pillar right as well. And that is the marketing plan. Now, every agent has a very different marketing plan and strategy. This definitely differs based on the agent themselves, the fee that they charge, and the service level that you expect. To discover more about my marketing plan and if we would be a good fit for your property when you're looking at selling, check out this video right now for my complete guide to selling your home in Surrey, BC.